little story about seeing, picking up on the theme of the gospel. The great prophet Elijah was sent to earth by God on a mission. And as he began his mission, he sought out a companion. And he found this learned, holy, and very wise rabbi. And he said to the rabbi, I am sent on a mission by God, and I want you to be my companion. Well, the rabbi was overwhelmed. You're the great Elijah, the prophet, and you want me to go on the journey with you? Of course I will say yes. Elijah said, there's one condition, though. You may ask no questions. The rabbi said, I would never even think of asking a question. How could I question you, Elijah, and the mission that you're on for God? Okay. There's a lot of incidences, but I'm going to highlight one. They come to a city. The people in the city have heard that Elijah and the rabbi are coming. They all turn out. The wealthiest man in the city says to Elijah in front of everybody and to the rabbi, tonight you will enjoy hospitality at my house. All the people applaud this very wealthy man. The rabbi thinks, wow, this is going to be a nice big steak dinner and some good wine. Well, they get to the rich guy's house. He brings them into the house, walks them through the house, brings them out to the barn in the back, and says, you two can stay here tonight, and you don't get any food either. Well, Elijah, the rabbi thinks, Elijah is known for bringing down fire from heaven. You wait and see what happens treating us this poorly. Well, in the middle of the night, as Elijah and the rabbi are sleeping, the rabbi is woken and he sees Elijah, the great prophet, out on the back of the guy's property where there's a stone wall, and Elijah, the prophet, is repairing the stone wall. And the rabbi thinks, this is so strange. Why isn't he calling down fire from heaven for the way that he has treated the two of us? But no such thing. Elijah finishes repairing the wall, comes back, goes to bed. The next day they're off on their journey again. And the rabbi so wants to ask Elijah, why didn't you call down fire from heaven? Why didn't you punish this guy? But he remembers the promise he had made. You can ask no questions. Well, anyway, the journey's over. They have a lot of incidences like this. They're going to one of those wisdom stories from Jewish literature. And they finally get back home, and Elijah says, you've been a good companion. A little mumbling and grumbling now and then, Rabbi, but thank you so much. And the rabbi says, wait. He said, we're home. The promise doesn't bind anymore. He said, I'd like to ask you a few questions. And Elijah said, a few questions about what? Well, about our journey. Elijah says, Rabbi, this is a journey for God. Could there possibly be any questions? Where's your faith? But he said, since you've been such a good companion, he said, go ahead, ask me a question. Well, he said, the night that wealthy man in the city invited us to stay at his house, and he got everyone's applause, but he treated us so shabbily, you're out in the back fixing the guy's wall. The rabbi said, yes. He said, I heard you mumbling and grumbling about that. He said, I don't normally do this, explain the ways of God. But he said, I will in this case. He said, in the middle of the night, Elijah, was summoned to the throne of God. And God said, I want you to repair that guy's wall, because the next time there's a heavy rain in that area, the wall is going to deteriorate further and reveal a great treasure. So fix that wall so this man, who is already so wealthy, doesn't come upon this treasure. The rabbi said, oh, I am so shamefaced. Why didn't I have faith enough to know that even when I don't understand, the hand of God is at work? Of course the hand of God is at work. And I feel ashamed that I even asked the question, Elijah. But of course the rabbi goes on to ask more questions about other experiences that they had. I want to suggest that story might tell us make the prayer that the blind man in today's story tells us. Lord, when I don't see you present, show me you. When my sight is blinded, give me the eyes of faith. Help me to see your holy presence in my own life when perhaps I don't see it. Help me to see your holy presence in the lives of others. Help me to see your holy presence in the world that I live in, even in the midst of this terrible time of coronavirus. Help me to see your presence, because you hold the whole world in your hand. You're ever present. You're always working the good.